Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge Fate Stay Night Remastered in Unlimited Bladeworks Timeline. Ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, dass meine Stimme heute irgendwie ziemlich leise ist gerade, muss ich ehrlicherweise sagen. Aber naja, kann ich halt gerade nicht viel ändern irgendwie. So, wir wollen... wir haben ja herausgefunden, dass halt Mr. Kazuki, so war glaube ich der Name, wahrscheinlich der Meister von Caster ist. Und deshalb wollen wir ihn jetzt nachts mal testen. Ja. Tosaka ist sehr gewalttätig, ja. It's 7 p.m. Tosaka came right on time.
お待たせ。必要なものを揃えてたら時間かかっちゃった。で、そっちの準備はどう？
I hand her the practice sword back. There's a bokuto, a wooden sword, and a bokuto, a wooden sword inside. This is all the preparation I can do.
まあ、しょうがないか。そもそも白兵戦ならこっちはセイバーがいるんだし。エミヤ君は様子を見ているだけでいいかもね。
That's true. As long as Saber is here, all I have to do is back her up. Well, I find it hard to think of a situation where I actually need to watch her back.
リン、なぜアーチャーはいないのですか？
Then, with a sharp look, Saber asked a question. Tosaka, you didn't bring Archer?
ええ、あいつなら置いてきた。今夜は奇襲だし、セイバーがいるなら必要ないでしょ。正直なところ、あいつとキャスターを合わせたくないのよ。
Tosaka starts walking. I don't know what she's thinking, but that means that we won't have the help of Archer this time. Time passes. We have to cross this intersection to get to Ryodo Temple from school. It's already taken an hour to set up our territory. The simple bounded field set up by Tosaka.
外から見られるのはアウトだけど、防音だけは完璧よ。ここ一帯ミサイルが落ちても周りには気づかれないわ。
According to Tosaka, the surrounding area is too quiet. It might also be because Tosaka's field is working, but everything feels too lifeless. It has already been 7 days. It has already been 7 days since the Holy Grail War started. It seems like the town spirit is being slowly stripped away without anyone noticing.
来た。エミヤ君、隠れて。
I move to the wall. I can't even hear the footsteps. There's a figure beneath the streetlight. A tall Indian physique. That familiar figure is definitely Soichiro Kozuki. Mr. Kozuki passes by in front of us with his usual orderly footsteps. He is too defenseless. I'm assaulted with the feeling that Mr. Kozuki might be innocent. Hey Tosaka, don't you think Mr. Kozuki might be innocent after all?
まあ、やってみればはっきりするでしょ。
Tosaka seems to be half in doubt as well. It seems like she's still carrying on with her plan, as she points the index finger towards Mr. Kozuki. Ganda. It's a curse that lowers the target's physical ability, considered to be a simple magecraft. Tosaka is more like a gunshot instead of a Ganda. But I'm sure she will lower the intensity this time.
準備はいい？エミヤ君。
She whispers. There's still time. The possibility that Shotsu Kozuki is innocent. Isn't there another way than Ganda to check if he's a master or not? That's the only option. I clench my teeth to bear my unease. I can only brace myself now. Mr. Kozuki is innocent. I just have to remove the curse with all my might.
仕掛けるわよ。
She takes in a small breath. A black shot is released, followed by the sound of something piercing the air. She must have said something aloud on purpose. The Ganda speed is slow, and the black haze flies towards Kozuki like a changed blitz. A wind of disease that will cause him to be bedridden for 2 days. But 2 days of not being able to move would be fatal for a master. There has to be some kind of reaction if Mr. Kozuki is a master. Tosaka moves. Kozuki doesn't react. Tosaka's Ganda mercilessly hits Soichiro Kozuki's head. It is interrupted just before that. A rope suddenly appears in the space between them. The man who was supposed to be hit by the Ganda looks at us. as if he knew that we were here all along. Tosaka. I immediately pulled the wooden sword out of the bag and put magic energy into it. I don't have the time to be fumbling around with strengthening. The swirl of cloth in front of Kuzuki now takes shape. Slender limbs appear from the indigo robe. Teleportation. Actual teleportation is considered true magic in this modern world. This dark witch caster uses such a mystique with ease and appears before us.
忠告したはずですよ、宗一郎。このようなことになるから、あなたは竜道寺にとどまるべきだと。
She must not think anything of us, as caster talks calmly to her master Kuzuki.
そうでもない。実際に獲物は釣れた。
そうね。あまり大きな魚ではなさそうだけど、大量であることは間違いないわ。さあ、そこから出てきなさい。バカな魔術師さん。
It would be difficult to run now. No, if Caster and her master are in front of us, then all there is to do is fight them, even if this is the middle of the town. But before that...
出てこないの？残念ね。顔ぐらいは見ておきたかったのですけど。
何よあのタヌキ。こっちの素性なんてもう分かってるくせに。
Tosaka curses in her hiding spot. She must have heard that.
3秒あげるわ、お嬢さん。それであなたがしたことをそのまま返してあげましょう。
Caster says cheerfully and points her hand towards us. The absurdity of what she did before returns to my mind. She's not that naive. I'm sure she would destroy this whole area along with the wall that we are hiding behind.
エミヤ君、合図をしたら飛んで。セイバー、準備はいい？
I sense her nodding behind me, but there's something that I need to confirm before that. Sorry, do that later, Tosaka. I don't wait for her reply. I go out into the intersection from the shelter, wooden sword in hand.
シロ！
Tosaka must not have it in her to leave me alone in this and follows me out.
あら、意外ね。少しは物分かりが良くなったのかしら、坊や。
Caster watches us calmly. Kuzuki stands next to her. The distance between us is about 10 meters. No matter how I think about it, Caster's fingertips would be much faster than me running to them. With full knowledge of the situation, I step forward. I have to do something before we fight. That is...
遠坂とエミヤか。マトウだけではなく、お前たちまでマスターとはな。魔術師とはいえ、因果な人生だ。
To confirm the identity of Shotsuro Kuzuki as the one Caster is protecting.
どうしたエミヤ？話があるのではないのか？
He asks in his usual manner. I don't feel the presence of a mage from Mr. Kuzuki. No, I don't even feel a desire for victory in this so-called war. Then, Kuzuki, has Caster put you up to this? It is possible that Kuzuki is being manipulated by Caster like Archer said. Until I get this cleared up, I just can't fight him. I can feel Caster's desire to kill me. That alone tells me that question is off limits for her.
うるさい坊や。殺してしまおうかしら。
Yet her words are not quite a threat. However...
待て。その質問の出所は何だ、エミヤ。
Mr. Kuzuki stops her in his usual manner.
疑問には理由があるはずだ。言ってみるがいい。
My throat is dry. It must be Caster's murderous glare. The woman in the indigo robe tells me without words that she will kill me if I say something. I bear it, and I don't know how you became a master, but you are a decent person, right? Then there's no way that you are overlooking what Caster is doing. But since it seems like you are, I just thought that you might not know about it. I glare back at
キャスタ
Caster.
ーがやっていることだと？
Yeah, she's holding up a Neurodo temple and collecting magic energy from the people in this town. The coma incidents that have been happening recently are all her doing. The victim count has been increasing as well, as long as Caster continues stealing magical energy. I'm sure there will be people who will die eventually. She said that to everyone in this town. And as a sacrifice, it won't be long before it's too late.
なるほど、そういうことか。通常善良な人間ならばキャスターを放置できない。にもかかわらず マスターである私がキャスターを放置しているのは彼女に操られているからだと考えたわけだな。
Yeah, if you are still letting her be while knowing that what she is doing, then you are just a murderer. I won't hold back, but it is a different story if you are being manipulated in all of this. We will just defeat Caster.
いや、今の話は初耳だ。
His statement leaves no room for interpretation. He doesn't seem to be lying either. Soichiro Kuzuki is the same as when he lectures at school. Phew. Though relieved, I still keep my guard up against Caster. Mr. Kuzuki is also a victim if he is being manipulated. So all that's left is to defeat Caster.
だがエミヤ、キャスターの行いはそう悪いものなのか？
And yet still, Soichiro Kuzuki says this as well. What are you?
他人が何人死のうが私には関わりのないことだ。加えてキャスターは命までは取っていない。まったく随分と半端なことをしているのだな、キャスター。そこまでするのなら一息で根こそぎ奪った方が良いだろうに。
What? The way he says it is no different than usual. He gives his honest opinion. Soichiro Kuzuki is the same as when he lectures at school. Are you going to involve innocent people in this?
すべての人間は無関係だが、まあ私が何者であるかはそちらで言い当てただろう。私は魔術師などではない。ただのそこいらにいる朽ち果てた殺人鬼だよ。
Kuzuki takes a step back. He watches us from behind Caster.
キャスターの傀儡というのは当たっているがな。私は聖杯戦争など知らん。キャスターが殺し、お前たちが殺し合うというのなら傍観するだけだ。もっとも、私も自分の命が一番可愛い。キャスターが何を企もうと知らぬ。私はただ、私を阻む者を殺すだけだ。では好きにしろキャスター。生かすも殺すもお前の自由だ。
Caster stands in front of us smiling in victory.
ああ、もうとんだ狸同士じゃないあいつら。
Tussiga clicks her tongue and doesn't move. Or rather, she can't move. In terms of skill as a mage, we aren't a match for Caster even put together. For masters who claim to be mages, an opponent like Caster far exceeds what we are capable of.
そうか。ではここで死しても構わんのだな。キャスターのマスターよ。
Huh? A voice behind me. Before I can turn around. The Knight of the Sword, the servant Saber dashes forward. Saber? My voice can't even keep up. Saber, already clad in silver, charges towards Kuzuki like a gust of wind.
お待ちなさい、セイバー。
Caster confronts her with a spell. She recites 5 verses. If Saber is a gust of wind from completing 10 meters in a breath, then Caster must be lightning for casting a spell even faster. A bolt of lightning from a raging storm. 5 bullets of light are shot in less than a second and stab at Saber like fatal thorns.
大魔力。
Das ist ein geiles Bild.
私の魔術を防ぎきる騎士など知らない。
Caster screams. Even Archer had to dodge Caster's spells, but Saber is nullifying it just by glaring at it. Yet her focus is not Caster, her target. The opponent that she must slay is none other than the master, Soichiro Kuzuki. Saber slashes Kuzuki without hesitation. Silence returns to the intersection. Saber is frozen after slashing her sword. Everyone here assumes the match is decided because of how quick the attack was. Yes, everyone except Soichiro Kuzuki, who stands there calmly. Okay. Interlude jetzt. Auch interessant. Charge, hold, attack. Having repaired all of Caster's divine words, Saber concluded the match without any opening for a counterattack. The speed at which she charges, the force of her planted feet, and the horizontal line her sword draws brings an unavoidable strike. She swings her invisible sword at the enemy master. A perfectly timed attack. with a slash, so satisfying that it would sever a large tree. Saber splits Shojiro Kuzuki in twain. No, it should have split him in two. She gasps in bewilderment. Her eyes must be playing tricks. Saber stares at the enemy before her in astonishment, still mid-swing.
バカな。
Comprehension eludes her. The fatal attack cut a perfect line. That attack is stopped. Just shy of the enemy's body, the sword was caught between.
足と腕。
Is such a miracle possible? Her sword has been stopped by her enemy, Shojiro Kuzuki, between raised knee and cocked elbow. The man stopped her high-speed slash by catching it in between his elbow and knee. Of course, she is unaware. There is an Eastern martial arts technique that is used to catch an opponent's weapon with one spare hand, and the experts today would still practice it. Even then, she wouldn't have stood there with naked amazement had it been a normal battle. But this is a servant battle, and the enemy is just a human. But to stop a fatal attack from a sword blade that cannot be seen with his bare hands, there's no way this man could possibly be sane.
侮ったな、セイバ
His voice is deep, as if echoing from the depths of the earth. Saber's body moves. She tries to pull back her sword with all her might, and in that instant, a sudden surprise blow strikes the back of her head. She doesn't understand what is going on at all. It is her first time fighting someone who can't stop a sword without any arms or armor at all. Wait, was that attack done by his bare hands as well? She must have been punched. The back of her head was struck at such close range. She could feel her opponent's very breath. She avoids it without knowing what it is. Something grazes her temple. Saber perceives that it is a fist strengthened by some kind of magic and leaps back. As she wields a long weapon, she is at a disadvantage at close range against an unarmed opponent. Sarah retreats to range where she can make use of her sword. She faces the enemy the entire time. Her only goal is to move out of the range advantageous to her opponent. It is a basic, established tactic to pursue a retreating target. But he does not give a chase, so he will be defeated if he remains stationary. Cast of Master does not move. He strikes her at the solar plexus. The wind is knocked out of her. She feels the impact. The attack is hindered by her armor, which keeps the blow from piercing her body. The impacts continue. They are nothing more than human fists that precisely target her vital areas. Could she even comprehend it in time? By the time she realized that those stone-like fingers were the cause of impact, the match had already been decided. Oof. The rain of fists repeat. His fists are fired in rapid succession, with an intensity and weight as if they are made of divine iron. How can it be explained? His arms are flexible like a whip but only move at right angles. If his arms are shot out in a flash, the way his forearms follow are the technique of a demon. The barely perceptible blows target all her vitals. He allows no counterattack. Even her arms are targeted, and that pain reaches her core even through her armor. The attacks all come from the outside and shift inside. A wide swing of the arm changes direction using the elbow as the fulcrum, attacking Sarah from all directions. The attacks are keen and core-stalling. Though not an instant death, each blow contributes to a slow-acting poison. That is the death that seeps in with each blow. Each blow cannot be avoided, and each strike alone is not enough to maim. But the pain numbs her mind each time. And with the opponent with the opening from that, his fist sinks in the back of her head once again, like the curling curl of Death's grief. Intuition allows her to avoid it. The attacks going for her arms or chest are fine, but if the back of her head is struck, she is done for. And so Saber concentrates her muddied mind on that one blow. He is a beast that can block her sword empty-handed. Intuition alone gives her the insight necessary to face this unknown style that she has never faced the likes of. The enemy's arm stops. His stance is like his fist, firm like rock. The man's body moves. What was different about this attack? They were able to avoid all fatal blows and until this point could not evade the next blow. Her consciousness fades, and the impact landing on the back of her head shakes her brain. Even then, she raises both arms. The man's attack cannot penetrate her armor. Then, the man will go for her unprotected face. Sarah raises both arms and protects her own face. The impact weaves past her limbs. It is like a snake that crawls through a dense forest. The enemy's fist expertly makes its way through her upraised arms. Her consciousness drifts. The body of the metaphorical snake, his left elbow, hammers into her collarbone. Saber avoids it by retreating a short distance and adjusts the grip on her sword. The course of the first after that, she prepares for the blow coming from the left that will change direction at the elbow and aim at the back of the head. She cannot afford to make light of him. If her opponent demands her consciousness, then so be it. In return, she will claim his arms. She opens her eyes and is astonished by the change. Using his elbow as the fulcrum, the blow comes straight down from above. The circular orbit of attack up until now changes to a straight line. She immediately moves her neck to avoid the blow going to the top of her head. The impact falls on her shoulder. As she glares at the enemy for wrecking her shoulder, a freezing sensation shuts down her spine. The man cooks his upper body. His right arm, still this entire time, finally moves. At the height of her throat, his arm is released like a cannonball. Unlike the previous attack, following a downward line, this jab comes straight in like a thrust. His fist flies at Saber. With such force and precision, it will screw her hair. The blow comes with all of his might and will easily pierce her throat, sever her bone and rip her head off. But it misses. Surprise attacks don't work on her. Intuition, like seeing the future, is hers to command. The snake's fist graces past her neck. Seeing that, she steps into attack, but at that moment, right beside her neck, an unbelievable sound. The snake's fang pierces her. The instant, Saber avoids his fist. His fingers grab her with a sickening crunch.
Anka!
The astonishment passes through her as a shudder. Yes, a hand is usually something used to grab, not punch. He must be receiving aid from Caster's magecraft as his fingers easily cross Saber's neck. Saber raises her sword. She swings to cut off the enemy's arms before her neck is crushed. But she is unable to finish her attack. Before she can bring her sword down, her entire body is swung like a sword in his hands. She feels herself fly through the air. He swings like a baseball pitcher. While still holding Saber's neck, the man throws her with one arm. A fastball using a person in place of a ball. There's no way she can break her fall. He tears away at her neck as he throws. She then smashes against a concrete wall at 200 km per hour. Okay, 200 km/h ist schon übel. Her body is forced to shut down. Das ist heftig. Ich würde dann sagen, an dem Punkt beende ich dann hier auch diese Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.